Hi, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah. We always have a great show in store. Today, we're going to get some financial information from SVA. Can't wait to chat with them. Later in the program, we're talking about National Cupcake Day. And now we've got an important topic to kick us off. Carissa Hodgson is here with Gilda's Club Madison, and I'm very pleased to have you on the program today.
Glad to be here.
So this is a big topic. Thankfully, because of an organization like yours, your organization specifically, there's a lot of support for people who are dealing with cancer through the holidays. It can be difficult, but that's the topic we have to chat about today. What would you say are 5 things that people affected by cancer can do to help navigate this holiday season?
Yeah. Well, I think these 5 tips relate to all of those people touched by cancer, so cancer survivors, caregivers, people who are grieving. And the first tip is really to decide what your priorities are. So to think about what is most important during this holiday season, what is the thing I want to do most, and think about letting the rest go. Understanding that you have limited energy, so you want to conserve that physical, mental, and emotional energy for the things you want to do most. The second is to communicate those wishes with your family. Let them know the things you want to do so that they can help you succeed. Also, letting them know your limits. There might be times that you have to say no or not go to a gathering. The third is to create new traditions. So no matter what, your holiday is probably not going to look the same. And so are there ways that you can still participate? So for instance, if caroling or ice skating is something that has always been important to your family, is there a way to utilize technology to still be a part of it? So have your family bring a cell phone and have you Skype in, or for you to be present at a dinner table across the country by having them set up a tablet. So it's not the same, but perhaps there's still a way to still capture some of that magic. The fourth is to plan an escape. And I think that's most important for people who are currently in treatment or experiencing side effects, or for people who are grieving and this might be their first social situation. Gatherings can create a lot of anxiety, and so to know that you have a way out if you're not feeling well can help that to go a little bit better. And the fifth being self-care, and of course that's helpful throughout the year, but certainly during the holidays to make sure that you're leaving yourself time to be active, to nourish your body, and to surround yourself with people who are going to be good to you and let you experience the range of emotions that you're feeling, and to cut out those people that might increase stress.
A lot of good pointers for people out there.
Yeah.
You've been through this before. You've done this before. You've talked to these folks who are struggling with these things throughout the holiday season. I think one of the things that resonated a lot is the fact that you might not have as much energy, and you also have some pointers for time and energy saving measures that those with cancer might find helpful.
Yeah, so for instance, gift giving, if that's always been important to you, are there ways to limit that? So if you've been the person that gives gifts to everyone, perhaps you scale that back. Maybe give gifts to just a few people, or do a secret Santa, or do gift cards. If cooking and baking has always been important to you, you might not be able to do that full scale. So perhaps there's a way to change gatherings into potlucks, or going out to a restaurant, or catering in. Certainly just selecting a few celebrations that you want to attend, or a few traditions. Something like making a gingerbread house. Think about what part of that process is most important to you. Do you like the front end piece of the baking and putting together the icing and supplies, or do you like the second half where you're putting it together? So sort of picking the parts that make the most sense for you.
Really great. I think a lot of us could maybe scale down a little.
Right, good tip for all of us.
Yes, right. I think one difficult thing, one of the many, of course, for friends and family members is just knowing what to say, especially if you haven't been through cancer yourself. Finding the words to say to a friend or family member. Do you have any ideas, any tips there?
Yeah, that can be hard. And I think as support people, sometimes we fall into the trap of either saying, don't worry, I'm going to do it all for you, which is sort of patronizing, like it's all just going to be okay, I'm going to take care of it, or it's all going to be the same, it'll be normal, which is sort of invalidating of their experience. So being able to just show up with your authentic self and listen, that's a big one, and be flexible. Even if there is an event that the person with cancer really wanted to attend, the day of they might not be able to make it, or it might look different. And I think another big one is offering very specific ways to help. People with cancer often hear a lot of, let me know how I can help, and that's very well-meaning. But sometimes it's hard to take people up on that. It's a little vague. So instead, think about something that is important to that person. So if you know that they really like to have trays of goodies at their holiday gathering, say, gosh, I'd like to make that for you and I'll bring it over. Or let me take home the items you brought and I'd like to gift wrap them for you. I'd like to take you out shopping. So give very specific ways that you can help.
Wow, excellent information, really smart pointers. I want to make sure we mention where folks who are struggling with cancer, or maybe if you have a loved one, family member who is struggling through this holiday season, where they can turn for more information. You guys have been a little bit displaced.
We have been displaced. So we're not currently in our Middleton clubhouse, but we will be back there in the new year. And in the meantime, we're still offering all of our support services. So our support groups, our one-on-one counseling, our phone advocacy. So folks should just reach out to us. And we're for anyone touched by cancer. So any cancer diagnosis, any stage, family and friends, support people and people who are grieving, and everything is free of charge.
Wow. Well, congratulations on making it through the catastrophic flooding at Gilda's Club Madison. But you're getting through it, and thanks to a lot of the great support in the community. And thank you, Carissa, for all that you do with Gilda's Club. Thanks for being here. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town after the break.